In this complete guide, you'll learn exactly how to use text and string functions inside Make to transform, clean, and format the data flowing through your automations. Make, formerly known as Integromat, is one of the most powerful no-code automation platforms available, and mastering its built-in functions is the skill that separates basic automations from truly professional ones. If you find this helpful, please like and subscribe, and let's get started. Before we touch anything, it helps to understand why text functions exist in Make in the first place. When you build a scenario, data moves between modules as raw values, a name pulled from a form, a date from a spreadsheet, a subject line from an email. But that raw data is rarely in exactly the right shape for the next step. Maybe the name arrives in all caps and you need it in sentence case. Maybe a description is too long and needs to be trimmed. Maybe you need to extract just the domain from an email address. Text functions solve all of those problems without writing a single line of code. And once you know how to apply them, you'll find yourself reaching for them in almost every scenario you build. So let's walk through the process step by step. Your first move is to click into any data mapping field inside a module. Think of a mapping field as any input box where you'd normally drag in a variable from a previous module. The subject line of an email module is a perfect example, because subject lines almost always need some light formatting. When you click into that field, you activate it, which signals to Make that you intend to build an expression rather than just type static text. This distinction matters. A static value is fixed and identical every time the scenario runs, while an expression is dynamic and recalculates based on whatever data flows through at that moment. You want the latter whenever real information is involved. Next, you need to open the Expression and Functions panel. Depending on which version of the Make interface you're working in, this might look slightly different. You'll either see a small gear icon, a bracket symbol, or a tab labeled with a slider. The exact appearance has shifted across UI updates, but it's always somewhere near the active mapping field. Click it. This panel is essentially Make's built-in formula library, and it's organized into categories: math functions, date and time functions, array functions, and the one we care about today, text or string functions. Take a moment to browse all the categories the first time you open this panel, because knowing what's available prevents you from building complicated workarounds for problems Make already solves natively. A lot of beginners spend time constructing multi-module solutions for things a single function handles in seconds. Once the panel is open, navigate to the text or string functions menu. You'll see a list that includes functions like uppercase, lowercase, trim, replace, substring, length, contains, and many others. Each of these does exactly what it sounds like. Uppercase converts every character to capitals. Trim removes leading and trailing whitespace, something you'll use constantly when dealing with data from forms, where users often add accidental spaces. Replace lets you swap one string for another throughout your text. Substring extracts a defined portion of a longer value. Browse through them and identify the one that fits your current need. If you're ever unsure what a function does, Make's documentation is thorough and worth bookmarking, but in most cases the name gives it away. Now for the hands-on part, applying the function. Click or drag your chosen function from the panel into the text box of your mapping field. When you do this, Make inserts the function as a template. You'll see the function name followed by a pair of parentheses, and inside those parentheses is where your actual data goes. This is the critical step that trips up a lot of people. The parentheses are not decorative, they are the container that tells the function what to operate on. An empty function does nothing. You need to place your mapped variable, the live data token from a previous module, inside those parentheses for the function to work. To do that, make sure your cursor is positioned between the parentheses. Then go back to the mapping panel and click the variable you want to use. Make will drop it right into that position. If you're combining a function with static text, for example, trimming a name and then adding a fixed greeting before it, you can mix variables and typed text freely inside the same field. You can also nest functions, passing the output of one function directly into another. For instance, you might trim a value first to remove whitespace, then pass that cleaned result into an uppercase function. Nesting keeps your scenario lean and avoids creating extra modules just for data transformation. Once everything is in place, save your module settings and run a test. Make's execution log shows you the exact input and output at every step, so you can confirm the function is producing the result you expected. If something looks off, go back into the field, check that the variable is correctly placed inside the parentheses, and verify you've selected the right function for the job. A common pitfall is accidentally leaving the cursor outside the parentheses before clicking a variable. The variable lands in the wrong position and the function ignores it entirely. That's it. You've now learned how to apply text and string functions inside Make, clicking into a mapping field to activate it, opening the Functions panel, selecting the right text function for your needs, and placing your mapped variable inside the parentheses so the function actually runs on your live data. This workflow unlocks a huge amount of flexibility. You can now format, clean, extract, and reshape text at any point in your automation without touching a single external tool or writing any code. From here, a great next step is to experiment with the replace and substring functions on a test scenario, because those two alone cover the majority of real-world text formatting situations you'll encounter. Keep this video saved and come back to it whenever you need a refresher. The steps are always the same, regardless of which function you're using.